Alright guys, here we go. It's time for another fun invasion. This time, I'm fighting a straight sword with a Dragon Slayer Great Axe. Alright, that guy doesn't have a lot of health. This should be easy. His partner is a wizard. That didn't do any damage at all. I'm going to win this. Oh look, I have my own backup. It's a sorcerer. This fight just got even easier. I'll stay in front. That way I can protect them from physical damage. And... uh-oh. Looks like we sucked ass. Hey guys, it's Saint Riot. We're going to learn to invade. Today we're talking about flanking. Alright guys, in case you don't know what flanking is basically sandwiching your opponent between you and your teammate. Here my teammate is Darkmoon Blade Katana Man. Me and Darkmoon Blade Katana Man, we come down here, and the fight basically turns into two separate one-on-ones. When everything gets a little more bunched up, like this, I decide that instead of continuing to attack, what would be best is if I roll through this narrow corridor here, and now the fight has to take place on two separate fronts. That decision immediately confuses our opponents. Everything turns into a big clusterfuck, and it will eventually reset back to two separate one-on-ones, which are much more manageable. This is a terrible parry attempt. Should have done it way earlier. Anyway, here comes this third invader, and I'm going to also flank the host with him. Try and stay on the opposite side of him, and when I see he's going to be chasing this guy, he's full-blown sprinting, I'm just going to drop off here and try and intercept the host. Get him with a roll catch. This pro-level strat is so fucking useful that the host decides that he must take his own life and rest forever in spaghetti. Never forget it. Alright guys, this is kind of a replay of the first battle, except this time we're not going to suck ass. So there's a sorcerer here, and this time I'm just going to stay as far away from the motherfucker as humanly possible, because sorcerers can one-shot phantoms, which is awesome, unless you're the phantom getting shot. So I broke the flank, and now these guys, they don't even come over here to check on the host. So this just becomes the easiest fucking invasion in the world to win. Also, being on this side of the sorcerer, I would be able to see what spells they were casting, and they wouldn't take me by surprise and hit me in the back of the noggin. Alright guys, this last fight is basically flanking on easy mode, but it'll give you a really good idea of what I'm talking about here. We have 3 Aldrich Faithful and a host and his 2 phantoms, so there's not going to be any friendly fire from either side, so kind of easy mode. So I see my 3 opponents, I check and make sure I've got some backup, I roll through their ranks, and now they're flanked. Hit them with a little turn and burn action, and they're having to worry about attacks coming from 2 separate directions. I see my buddy come in, so I roll out. When he rolls out, I go back in. Alright, now, we'll let the encounter kind of reset here. I see he needs some help. And once the encounter's kind of reset, everybody's healed up. I'm going to do the exact same thing. I'm going to roll through them, break the ranks, and have them flanked. Now the other Aldrich Faithful showed up, so this becomes even more manageable. Right off the bat, I want you guys to note that I'm being chased by 2 people. We'll come back to this. So the other Aldrich Faithful shows up, I stay on the opposite side of him, and look how quickly we just fucking dispatched that phantom, like it was nothing. And on the other side, the other Aldrich Faithful has killed his phantom, so this becomes a chase down sequence against a summoner. We'll go over that some other time. Now I'm going to go back to what happened just a minute ago when I was being chased by 2 of our opponents. We flanked them, and on the fly, they had to decide who they were going after. 2 decided to go after me, 1 decided to go after the other Aldrich Faithful. That worked out great, because I don't know his skill level, but I know my own, and I'm comfortable taking on 2 guys. If the opposite happens, or you feel like you need to switch, just kite all of the opponents back into one group, and flank them again. Hopefully you'll get better results the second time. But because of flanking, we were able to just quickly dispatch these motherfuckers, and we won the invasion. So that's flanking, guys. Check back. Next time we'll talk about probably chasing down summoners.